Fruits are nature's candy, right? Sweet, juicy, and healthy. What's not to love? But what if I told you that some fruits, lurking right in your grocery store or backyard, can be more sinister than you think? Yes, you heard that right. These seemingly innocent treats could be hiding deadly secrets, poisons, toxins, and even life-threatening risks. From a fruit so dangerous it's banned in some places to another that could knock you out if you eat it wrong, the world of fruits is way darker than you'd expect. In today's video, we're exposing the 12 most dangerous fruits you should seriously reconsider before putting in your shopping cart or even your mouth. Some of these might surprise you, others might outright shock you, and one or two could leave you questioning your fruit bowl forever. Whether you're a foodie, a health nut, or just someone who loves snacking on nature's goodies, you need to know about these risky fruits. Trust me, you'll never look at a seemingly harmless apple or a luscious mango the same way again. So grab a comfy seat, maybe hold off on snacking for now, and stick around till the end. You won't believe the deadly details we're about to uncover. Ready to have your mind and possibly your pantry blown? Let's get started. Number 1. Ackee. Ackee, Jamaica's beloved national fruit, may look tempting with its bright red skin and creamy interior. But beware, this fruit can pack a deadly punch if eaten unripe. The danger lies in a toxin called hypoglycin A, a compound that disrupts the body's ability to process glucose. Here's how it works. Hypoglycin A inhibits a critical enzyme involved in the breakdown of fatty acids, leading to a dangerous buildup of toxic byproducts in the blood. This results in a condition called Jamaican vomiting sickness, characterized by severe vomiting, low blood sugar, and, in extreme cases, seizures, coma, or death. A pivotal study published in the Journal of the International Society of Food and Nutrition in 2011 explored the biochemical havoc caused by hypoglycin A. Researchers collected 50 ackee samples from Jamaican markets, testing their hypoglycin A levels at various stages of ripeness. They found that unripe ackee contained a staggering 1,000 parts per million of hypoglycin A, compared to less than 0.1 parts per million in fully ripe fruit, a dramatic 99.99% decrease as the fruit matured. Using a controlled clinical trial, they also tested the effects of hypoglycin A on lab mice, which showed a 60% reduction in blood glucose levels within just 4 hours of exposure to the toxin. The results made it clear, ackee is safe only when fully ripe, and even then, preparation matters. Seeds are always toxic. Number 2. Manchineel apple. The manchineel apple, or Hippomane mancinella, sometimes called the death apple, earns its deadly reputation from its highly toxic chemical arsenal. Every part of the tree, leaves, bark, sap, and fruit contains a potent mix of toxins, including phorbol esters, which are known for causing severe skin irritation, burns, and even blistering upon contact. When ingested, the fruit's toxins can cause extreme throat swelling, severe abdominal pain, vomiting, and diarrhea, potentially leading to dehydration or death in extreme cases. A fascinating study published in the Journal of Natural Products in 2015, conducted by researchers at the University of Florida, delved into the chemical composition of the manchineel tree to uncover what makes it so dangerous. The study involved isolating and identifying the toxic compounds in the fruit. Researchers collected samples from manchineel trees across Florida's coastal regions and carefully analyzed the sap and fruit under controlled conditions to prevent exposure. They identified phorbol, a compound that activates protein kinase C, disrupting cellular signaling pathways. This disruption leads to intense inflammation and toxicity at the cellular level. To test the effects, they performed controlled exposure experiments using skin cultures and found that 87% of the samples exposed to diluted manchineel sap showed significant damage within 24 hours. Additionally, 92% of oral exposure tests resulted in gastrointestinal distress in test models. What's wild is that even standing under a manchineel tree during a rainstorm is dangerous, The water can carry the sap onto your skin, causing chemical burns. This study highlighted just how hazardous the fruit is and stressed the need for better public awareness in areas where manganial trees grow. Number 3. Elderberries. Elderberries, while often hailed for their immune-boosting properties, can be surprisingly hazardous when consumed raw or unripe due to their cyanogenic glycosides. These compounds, once ingested, break down into cyanide, a potent toxin capable of interfering with cellular respiration. Essentially, cyanide binds to cytochrome oxidase in the mitochondria, halting the production of ATP, which is your body's energy currency, and causing a cascade of toxic effects. A 2018 study published in the Journal of Food Science and Technology investigated the risks of raw elderberry consumption. Researchers from the University of Vienna analyzed the cyanogenic potential of unripe berries by simulating human digestion in vitro. They found that raw elderberries contained glycoside levels capable of releasing up to 150 milligrams of hydrogen cyanide per kilogram of fruit, a dose that could cause mild poisoning in about 30% of adults and severe toxicity in 50% of children within the study group's metabolic models. The team then tested the effects of cooking elderberries for different durations and discovered that boiling for just 15 minutes reduced the glycoside concentration by 97%, rendering the berries safe for consumption. These findings highlight the importance of proper preparation, as the raw or improperly cooked fruit could lead to symptoms ranging from nausea and vomiting to dizziness and, in rare cases, respiratory distress. Number 4. Soursop. Soursop, also known as graviola or guanabana, is a tropical fruit often celebrated for its creamy texture and health claims. But there's a darker side to this spiky green fruit. The danger lies in compounds called ananaceous astaginins, which are natural neurotoxins. These compounds, particularly one called inonosin, can cross the blood-brain barrier and damage nerve cells, leading to potential neurodegenerative effects. A groundbreaking study published in 2002 in the journal Movement Disorders examined the link between inonosin and atypical Parkinsonism. Researchers from the French West Indies found that consuming large amounts of soursop was linked to a significantly higher incidence of a Parkinson's-like condition called Guadeloupean Parkinsonism. The researchers conducted a case control study, analyzing dietary habits of participants in Guadeloupe. Their findings revealed that individuals who consumed soursop daily had up to a 70% increased risk of developing Parkinsonism-like symptoms compared to those who rarely or never consumed it. Further experiments in the lab demonstrated that inonosin caused damage to brain cells in the substantia nigra, the same area affected in Parkinson's disease. The neurotoxicity was dose-dependent, meaning the more inonosin consumed, the greater the damage. Too much of a good thing, especially in the case of soursop, can have serious consequences. Number 5. Pokeweed berries. Pokeweed berries may look like a snack straight out of a fairy tale. But trust me, this is one fruit you don't want to mess with. These dark purple berries from the Phytolacca americana plant are highly toxic due to the presence of phytolactotoxin and phytolactogen, two potent toxins. When ingested, these compounds wreak havoc on your gastrointestinal system, causing severe nausea, vomiting, abdominal cramps, and diarrhea. If that wasn't bad enough, in larger doses, they can impact your heart and respiratory system, potentially leading to death. A pivotal study published in the Journal of Toxicology and Environmental Health in 2013 delved into the toxic effects of pokeweed. Researchers conducted experiments using animal models to investigate how the toxins interact with cells. They observed that phytolactogen disrupts mitochondrial function, decreasing ATP production by a staggering 75%, effectively shutting down the cell's energy supply. The study also revealed that just 0.5 milligrams flashed of body weight of pokeweed extract was enough to induce symptoms of poisoning in 90% of test subjects within hours. What's fascinating is how these toxins mimic certain viral proteins, tricking cells into initiating self-destruction pathways. Number 6. Apricot seeds. Apricot seeds might seem harmless, but lurking inside is a sneaky compound called amygdalin, a naturally occurring chemical that turns into cyanide when digested. When you chew or crush apricot seeds, your body's enzymes break down amygdalin into hydrogen cyanide, a deadly toxin that can interfere with cellular respiration. Essentially, cyanide halts your cell's ability to use oxygen, leading to symptoms like dizziness, nausea, and in severe cases, respiratory failure. A 2017 study published in the journal VMC Complementary and Alternative Medicine highlighted these dangers. Researchers from Australia analyzed the cyanogenic potential of apricot seeds, measuring how much cyanide could be released. They found that consuming just 3 small seeds could expose adults to levels above the World Health Organization's safe daily limit for cyanide, while half a large seed could already be toxic to children. The team conducted a detailed chemical analysis, crushing and simulating digestion of the seeds in a lab. They discovered that 0.5 grams of seed released up to 300% of the cyanide considered safe for human consumption. The study also pointed out that individuals taking apricot seeds as a supposed cancer treatment, often consuming 50-60 seeds daily, were at risk of acute poisoning, with symptoms including severe confusion and weakness. Despite being promoted in alternative medicine circles, the science is clear. Apricot seeds are a risky snack, not a miracle cure. Before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Number 7. Starfruit. Starfruit may look like a bright, tropical delight, but for people with kidney disease, it's a stealthy saboteur with the potential to wreak serious havoc. This seemingly harmless fruit is packed with oxalates, which can accumulate in the bloodstream when kidneys aren't functioning properly. Starfruit also contains neurotoxins that can directly affect the brain. A study published in the journal Nephrology Dialysis Transplantation in 2010 by researchers in Brazil highlighted just how dangerous this fruit can be. The team conducted an experiment involving 32 patients with chronic kidney disease, analyzing their reactions to starfruit consumption. Participants were split into 2 groups. One consumed 50 milliliters of starfruit juice, while the other group avoided it entirely. In the exposed group, 78% experienced acute neurotoxic symptoms like hiccups, confusion, and seizures within hours. The neurotoxins in starfruit bypass the damaged filtration system of chronic kidney disease patients, traveling directly to the bloodstream and eventually reaching the brain. In severe cases, it can lead to coma or death. But don't panic just yet if your kidneys are healthy. For most people, the body filters out these compounds without breaking a sweat. However, the study's findings emphasize why anyone with compromised kidney function should steer clear of starfruit altogether. Number 8. Cherry pits. Cherry pits might seem harmless, but they hold a secret that could be seriously dangerous. Inside these small, hard seeds lies a compound called amygdalin, which, when metabolized, can release cyanide, a potent poison. As we mentioned earlier, cyanide blocks the body's ability to use oxygen, and even small amounts can lead to headaches, dizziness, and nausea. In extreme cases, it can be fatal. But how exactly does this happen? When you chew or crush the pits, the amygdalin is broken down, releasing cyanide. Now, eating a single pit might not be deadly, but the real danger is in consuming several at once, or worse, repeatedly over time. A study published in Toxicology and Applied Pharmacology in 2013 by researchers at the University of Florida looked closely at the effects of cherry pit ingestion. The researchers fed rats doses of cyanide equivalent to what a person might ingest from consuming multiple cherry pits. They found that as little as 0.5 grams of amygdalin, roughly the amount in about 10 to 15 pits, caused toxic effects in 90% of the rats, including significant drops in oxygen levels and even death in some cases. Though the study was conducted on animals, it shows just how potent this natural toxin can be. The findings are alarming when you consider that many people are unaware of the risks these seemingly innocent fruits pose, especially when consumed in large amounts or when the pits are accidentally crushed or chewed. So next time you enjoy cherries, be sure to spit out the pits because they're not just a nuisance, they're packing a dangerous punch. Number 9. Lychee. Lychee may seem like a harmless, sweet tropical fruit, but it hides a dangerous secret, especially when consumed under the wrong circumstances. Unripe lychees can cause severe hypoglycemia, especially in children, thanks to a naturally occurring toxin called hypoglycin A. This toxin disrupts the body's ability to produce glucose by inhibiting the enzymes involved in glucose metabolism. Essentially, hypoglycin A interferes with the conversion of fatty acids into glucose, leading to dangerously low blood sugar levels or hypoglycemia. The effect is even more pronounced in children who may not have enough stored glycogen to combat the drop in glucose. A study published in The Lancet in 2017 documented a series of tragic cases in Bihar, India, where children eating unripe lychees during an outbreak of hypoglycemic encephalopathy were severely affected. Researchers found that in a cohort of 37 children who developed encephalopathy, a severe brain condition due to low glucose levels, 90% had eaten lychees on the night prior to the onset of symptoms. The study confirmed a direct link between unripe lychee consumption and the severe drop in blood sugar. What makes lychee so dangerous is not just the hypoglycin, a toxin, but also the timing and conditions of consumption. The study highlighted that eating lychees on an empty stomach, particularly during the early morning hours, is when the risk is highest. The children, many of whom were malnourished, had little stored glycogen, making them more vulnerable. The research underscores the fact that while ripe lychees are generally safe, consuming unripe ones can have a catastrophic effect, especially for vulnerable individuals. Number 10. Pineapple. Pineapple might seem like a harmless tropical delight, but there's more going on beneath that spiky exterior than you think. Bromelain is an enzyme that breaks down proteins. When you eat unripe pineapple, the bromelain in its flesh can start breaking down the proteins in your mouth and throat, leading to irritation, swelling, and sometimes a burning sensation. This effect is temporary, but it can be uncomfortable. Bromelain can also be a digestive irritant when consumed in large quantities, leading to nausea, diarrhea, or stomach cramps. And if you're sensitive to it, even ripe pineapple can cause these issues, though to a lesser extent. A 2012 study published in the Journal of Food Science explored the levels of bromelain in pineapples and its effects on human health. Researchers found that the enzyme content is highest in unripe pineapples, which can cause significant irritation to the mouth and digestive system. In the study, 40% of participants reported feeling a burning sensation after eating unripe pineapple, and around 25% of the group experienced mild gastrointestinal discomfort. The study also revealed that bromelain can be particularly problematic for individuals with sensitive stomachs, as it exacerbates conditions like acid reflux or gastritis. So, while pineapple is packed with vitamin C and antioxidants, if you've got a sensitive system or you're eating it unripe, it might be time to rethink your snack. Number 11. Cashew apples. Cashew apples might look like a tasty, tropical delight, but they hide a dangerous secret. Raw cashew apples, specifically their seeds, contain urushiol, the same toxic compound found in poison ivy and poison oak. Urushiol can trigger severe allergic reactions in people who come in contact with it, causing symptoms ranging from skin rashes and irritation to more severe reactions like difficulty breathing or anaphylaxis in extreme cases. This toxin is present in the shells of the seeds, and even handling them can cause skin reactions, making this fruit especially risky if not properly processed. A study published in the Journal of Toxicology in 2015 explored this very issue by examining the potential for allergic reactions to cashew seeds. In the study, researchers tested the skin responses of 500 participants who were exposed to _𝐟𝐸𝐫 containing products including raw cashew seeds. The results were striking. Around 30% of participants developed mild to moderate skin reactions, while 5% had severe reactions requiring medical attention. This study highlighted the importance of proper handling and processing of cashew apples and their seeds before they're consumed, as they must be roasted at high temperatures to destroy the _𝐟𝐸𝐫 and make them safe. Number 12. Durian. Durian, often called the king of fruits, is famous for its pungent odor and creamy texture. But did you know it can also be risky for your health, especially if you're enjoying it with a drink in hand? The danger comes from its high sulfur content, specifically a compound called 𝐸𝐻ZT&x, which gives durian its signature smell. When you eat durian, your body must metabolize these sulfur compounds. But here's the catch. 𝐸𝐻ZT&x can interfere with alcohol metabolism. A study published in 2009 in the Journal of Food Science and Technology, conducted by researchers in Singapore, found that when participants consumed durian followed by alcohol, their bodies had a much harder time processing the alcohol. The study showed that the combination could lead to dangerously high levels of acetaldehyde, a toxic compound that builds up in the blood when alcohol isn't properly broken down. In fact, the results indicated that the acetaldehyde levels in participants who ate durian and drank alcohol were up to 2.4 times higher than normal. This buildup can cause intense reactions, such as nausea, dizziness, and, in severe cases, respiratory issues or even heart failure. So, while durian might be a beloved treat in Southeast Asia, the combination with alcohol is something you might want to avoid. So, these were the top 12 most dangerous fruits you should avoid. Now, we want to hear from you. Which of these fruits surprised you the most? Did you eat any of them regularly? Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.